My name is Amy Johnson and I am currently undertaking a Bachelor of Law at CQU University. During this presentation, I will be giving you a brief overview of my portfolio, which was created for my introduction to law subject. As a humanitarian and global citizen, I recognise that the world is becoming smaller and ever more connected. By undertaking a Bachelor of Law, I hope to study the global legal system and undertake its influence on the world. I aim to undertake a career in international law and help shape the way Australia interacts on the world stage. I graduated from St. Margaret Mary's College, more affectionately known as Maggie's. During my time there, I also completed and participated in a range of extracurricular activities. These included the Young Diplomats Program, inter-school debating, public speaking competitions, rowing, and student leadership positions. Next, I will summarise a couple of my key capabilities. The first is the ability to effectively de-escalate emotional client interactions. My experience in a retail work environment has exposed me to a large variety of emotionally charged customer-client interactions. I have become adept in actively listening, so I have the necessary information to refocus and motivate the client towards a more productive conversation. I am also capable of speaking publicly to large audiences. Participation in public speaking competitions and my roles in student leadership have given me the opportunity to regularly speak in large public arenas. This experience develops the necessary body language and vocal techniques to speak effectively and confidently. Next, I am also able to develop and communicate persuasive rebuttal to an opposing viewpoint. My current position at Optus as a sales consultant is heavily performance orientated. Therefore, I've had to become adept at rebutting customer rejections during a sales conversation. It is vital to rapidly identify the problem or rejection and persuasively argue the benefits of my solution. Lastly, I also have excellent time management skills. During my secondary and tertiary education, I've had to balance a workload of study, employment, and extracurricular activities. During my multiple roles and responsibilities, I have established excellent time management skills. This has allowed me to achieve my goals and perform my various obligations to a high standard. I chose to undertake a Bachelor of Law so that I could develop the ability to think analytically, communicate effectively, and develop a thorough knowledge of the law. These proficiencies will not only serve me in a legal profession, but in life in general. I aim to graduate my degree hopefully with honours, apply for a 2-year program with the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, and finally undertake a career in international law. I began my role in the workforce as a barista. I was still a high school student when I first started there. I gained valuable customer-client interaction skills, which I believe continue to benefit me today. After graduation, I then applied for a role with Optus Telecommunications. In this role, I have had to apply my communication skills to develop a trusting rapport between myself, the client, and our brand. This is achieved by taking ownership of the client's issues and providing meaningful solutions or next steps to help them resolve their own issue. This is essential in developing and selling the most appropriate products. It is my ethos and belief that a member of society should strive to act honestly and ethically. As a law student, the principle of honest and ethical behaviour extends to how we interact with our learning community and how we complete our assessment tasks. The CQU Student Charter states that students must respect the intellectual property of others and refrain from any forms of academic misconduct. The case of Humsey Hancock provides an excellent example of how collaboration and plagiarism resulted, of course, in a subject failure, something we will try to avoid. It is the professional responsibility of law students to appropriately reference material and refrain from collaboration and plagiarism. The CQU Student Charter also states that students are responsible for making themselves aware of the professional and ethical standards of their intended profession. To gain admission into the Australian legal profession, the candidate must be considered fit and proper person, and to be relied upon to meet high standards of honesty and ethical behaviour. A practicing professional's responsibility goes beyond the scope of the individual. Instead, the responsibility to act honestly and ethically broadens to encompass the clients, other practitioners, the courts, and to justice itself. Effective communication is an essential tool in any profession, but especially vital in the study and practice of law. As a law student, communication is a fundamental means of education. Students are expected to participate in tutorials, online chat forums, which are a valuable learning resource of knowledge and discussion. As a practicing lawyer, the expectations of professional communication become significantly more important. The role of advisor, negotiator, and advocate have greater implications beyond the lawyer themselves. It is essential to communicate in a clear and concise manner, both verbally and through writing. However, the level of understanding between parties must also be considered. A lawyer must be able to communicate at multiple levels depending on the communicative partner's legal ability and understanding. Inversely, a practitioner must also be able to listen effectively so that they can completely and competently understand what is being communicated to them. As an individual with a strong sense of global citizenship, I believe Australia as a nation has a responsibility to our fellow countrymen. For the last 5 years, I've been a volunteer at the Zonta Birthing Kit Foundation Australia. It is an excellent organisation that provides birthing kits so that mothers in developing countries can have a clean and safe birth. Really, really amazing organisation. I also plan to secure work experience in a couple of law firms around Brisbane to help complement my studies. Apart from my work with Zonta, I've also completed or participated in the World Vision 40-Hour Famine Challenge since 2016. The CQU learning community is built by a wide variety of people from diverse backgrounds and experiences. Each individual has their own opinion and own way of interpreting content. I hope to contribute my own retail and telecommunications background to this online forum, and we as a whole can benefit from a greater understanding and richer learning experience. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my overview of my portfolio. It is also available in a Word and site form through Google Sites. Thank you very much. Have a lovely morning. Bye.